Yo, what it do? It's your boy Buck Breeze. Listen, no slacking himself. No slacking involved. Bad for your health. Yo, check it out, man. We got a dope one today. Yo, this the case of the Minnesota assassin. You know what I'm talking about? Let's jump right into this. You know, time is money. We can't get $1 back. We're gonna jump into this, man, and see what's really good.
This unsuspecting man is about to show just how much of a monster he really is. On September 12th, 2021, this man, 38-year-old Antoine Suggs, assassinated 4 innocent people in the middle of the night. Our small team of investigative reporters has gathered the footage and case details about Antoine and how all 4 murders came to be in order to present the whole story in its entirety for the first time ever. This all started very early in the morning a few days prior on September 8th. Antoine arrived in Minnesota via airplane from his home state of Arizona, and footage shows that nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. But that changes very soon. Antoine is picked up by an unknown person and leaves the airport with them. A few days later, on September 11th, late at night, Antoine revisits the airport in a new luxury Mercedes SUV. Later investigations report that this car was recently loaned to Antoine. It is unknown whether or not Antoine is connected to a larger organized crime group. While it's a logical hypothesis considering the value of this luxury car Antoine is now driving, we have yet to unfold the full story of this case, as it is only just heating up. We don't know why Antoine revisited the airport.
I don't know.
But
To me, it felt like he's just stunting in a new whip. You know what I'm saying? He probably borrowed the whip from his boy. Whatever he did, he's stunting. He got Shorty in the whip. Look, she's smiling and all that. No, let's see.
Surveillance footage gives us a glimpse at his passenger, who bears a striking resemblance to one of his future murder victims, Nitosha Lee Flug Presley. If the passenger is indeed Nitosha, then this was one of the last images showing her alive. According to a complaint filed by an anonymous person, a witness said they saw Antoine and Nitosha taking shots together at a bar just hours after he left the airport. Records also show that Nitosha's aunt told investigators that Antoine and Nitosha were romantically involved. Putting all this information together, it's becoming more and more likely that this passenger is indeed Nitosha. After a night of drinking, it is believed that Antoine and Nitosha went to a residence in St. Paul, where they spent time with 3 other people who would soon become Antoine's other 3 future murder victims. They were
Why y'all think this is? Sounds real crazy. Why would he kill all 4 of them? Nitosha ain't try to line them, did she? I don't know. Let's jump into it. Come on.
Lois Foreman III, Matthew Pettis, and Jasmine Sturm. Just hours later that same night, now the very early morning of September 12th, surveillance footage caught this altercation sometime around 3:30 a.m. in St. Paul, Minnesota. In this footage, we hear gunshots and then that same Mercedes car speed through the streets. It is clear this is when the murders happened.
I don't know if that's that same Mercedes car, man.
But what Antoine does after this is quite shocking. On the same day around 10 a.m., after driving around for many hours trying to figure out what to do with the dead bodies, Antoine decided that he needed help hiding the bodies. So he makes plans to meet up with his father, 56-year-old Darren Osborne, at a gas station during the day. Antoine's plan was to have his father follow him into western Wisconsin to a cornfield where they would find an inconspicuous place to dump the car with the bodies in it. Osborne later told officers that he had no idea at this point there were bodies in Antoine's car. On the way to meet with his father, Antoine stops at a different gas station than the one planned for the meetup spot. In this disturbing...
Why they blocking that person in the passenger side? Oh, is that a dead person? Nah.
Surveillance footage that shows this particular stop. You can even see one of the deceased victims in the passenger seat, limp and showing no signs of life. And while those bodies are in the car, Antoine is inside the gas station, paying for his gas just like it's another normal day.
Nah, he don't look normal. He look a little nervous to me.
Antoine continued traveling to the meetup spot, moving from St. Paul, Minnesota to Dunn County, Wisconsin. This time, stopping at the originally planned gas station. We see him and his father convene at the gas station and they speak a bit before driving away. It is presumed Antoine had now moved the body out of the front passenger seat, considering his father would have clearly noticed a deceased human being sitting in the car. That is, if Antoine's father is telling the truth. Again.
That'd be the bad thing, man, too. A lot of times people be doing all this bullshit they do, then they go ahead and call other people and get them wrapped up in the shit with them. They had nothing to do with the shit with your ass. You ain't have to put them in this shit with you, man. Everybody on some bullshit now. We all get wrapped up. Don't call me, man, if you done did some wild shit and I don't really know the truth and you want to try to put me in it. Dude, don't call me. Like, I don't want nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
At this point, according to the...
You gonna tell me half the story. You done killed 3-4 people, but you gonna tell me you had an argument with your shorty. Like, nah, my guy. Nah, that ain't gonna work.
Father, he did not know what Antoine was up to. However, it is reported that Antoine allegedly confessed to his father, soon after the meetup, that he had snapped and shot the victims. At this point, it's becoming more and more difficult for Antoine's father to deny his involvement with this situation. Antoine and his father allegedly went on to hide the car with the bodies in it in a cornfield further into Wisconsin. It is reported that a local anonymous farmer found the abandoned Mercedes in a cornfield in Dunn County, Wisconsin. He very quickly reported it to the police. At this time, no one knew of Antoine's or his father's involvement. However,
am I the only one that be realizing that when people do crimes like this, they don't think much about, like, the cameras? He done drove all around town in this car. You want cameras in probably 4-5 gas stations, and now you want to decide to go dump the motherfucking car somewhere and think the shit gonna be okay. No, nigga, no.
However, we do have body cam footage that details some of the officers' experiences investigating the car in the cornfield with the deceased victims in it. What they find is extremely brutal.
That's where we're gonna go in right here.
Oh, is that the car they walking up on now? Listen, I ain't trying to tell a criminal how to do their business or nothing. But I'm just saying, if you watch the movies, they at least set the car on fire, right? They don't just go park the car somewhere and leave the shit there and wait for police to find it with dead bodies in it, right? I'm just saying. Could be me.
Yeah, we can.
Something just hurt.
We did open the back door. If you need to open the back door.
Do we know if that one in the back on the far right is male or female?
Do you know? The one on the far back? The behind the driver?
I thought it was a female.
How did this happen? Why?
So they were stiff when you moved them?
Yes.
Somebody said?
I opened that door. I basically went like this, and it was just, hard, stiff, rigor, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, the male, we didn't check anything on him. I thought there was like a hole. Looks like there might be blood pooling in his ear, or I thought maybe that was an entry or exit wound. I'm not sure.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, he I don't want to say he snapped, but he went sick. I don't think snapping is either for people. Snapping is more like, unless you got like a switch and you just go crazy. But that's not seeming like what this is.
I ran out.
Well, it looks like if the actual key started not push button too. There's no keys in the ignition.
A bunch of blood on their shoe. See there?
Yeah, it's pooled, yeah. Definite bullet wound to the right side of the face, right side of the ear on him, on the male.
That's what I thought.
These officers
Oh, I'm about to say, you see that red on the seat? I thought that was from the blood or something.
are taking careful note of entry and exit wound details for a very important reason. This detail alone is extremely helpful in determining if the murders were committed with intent or in self-defense.
Side of the face shots mean that, probably just did that while they was in the car, like, bang, 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 John Wick shit or something. Who is this nigga? Huh? Is it a superhero nigga or something? What the fuck? How this nigga get do 4 people and none of them ain't got no scratch, nothing on them. Nobody did nothing.
I mean, that looks like an entrance wound right there.
More to the story.
It didn't
Got
look like an exit wound to me. I'm guessing she got shot in the body though. Yeah, there's blood on her left arm and on her right, and it's old. Watch your right shoulder, man.
Yep.
Oh, what's in the pocket, Dan?
There. Dried blood.
blood,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's dripping right now.
Oh yeah.
Male. And shot wound to the head. Right, yep. There's the exit wound over here. See on the front seat,
Yeah.
right below, right where the shoulder rest is, that white stuff, is that brain matter or skull particulates?
Hard to say.
Cause she wearing her seatbelt still?
No,
I couldn't tell if it was
looks-
just
I think they put it
behind her. Behind her.
Just probably so that it wouldn't.
So confused. Okay, look, let's go back to what we heard, right? What we know so far at the beginning, we heard the shots going off, and supposedly that was his car speeding away, right? Like how? Like what happened? Like was they parked somewhere and he just did them while sitting in the car? Doom, 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 doom. You know, some super thug shit. Like what happened? Did he just do that and then just drove off? I'm just kind of really not believing it could have happened like that. It's like it was 2 dudes in the car, and it was 2 girls, right? And was he able, like, no.
Because the weight's in there, so it'd be.
I want to know what
Honest,
the
man, let me
gunshot
know what
wound
you
is
think.
on this other gal. How do you have exit wounds and there's no damage in the vehicle?
Well then, but also if it's a headshot, wouldn't she have splatter? I mean, you got splatter on him, but it's just weird.
Well, his is coming from his nose. You know, that's just draining from the nose from the brain. shot.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, did we look through that?
This is what I'm saying. Who is this nigga? Like, did he put 4 bodies in the car after they was already unalived? Like, what's going on here?
Well, let's just get out of here, I guess. We'll go talk to Kyle.
During later investigations, Antoine's Arizona ID card was found on the
Big mistake number 1.
floor of the car, covered in blood. This pointed the officers directly to him and later his father as well, as more information was discovered after they reviewed the previously shown surveillance footage. Officers arrested Antoine's father first, and then charged Antoine with 4 counts of hiding a corpse. Antoine, now back in Arizona, turned himself in to the Arizona authorities. Antoine would now be brought back to St. Paul, Minnesota, the city where he committed the murders. This is where his dramatic legal trial would take place. Over the course of the next few days of Antoine's trial, he claimed, incredulously, that he acted in self-defense in the killing and transporting of the 4 victims, which the prosecutors stated that they find improbable. Antoine has had a lengthy history of breaking the law, including multiple instances of unlawful possession of a firearm, possession of marijuana in a vehicle, driving with a suspended license, and much more. Even though Antoine had never racked up any charges nearly as serious as murder, this made it quite clear that Antoine is no stranger to
Now, lie, Antoine look a little familiar.
criminal activity. During the trial, Antoine never gave any reason other than self-defense. He said the 4 victims were attempting to rob him, claiming he was the victim in this situation.
Even his girlfriend, that's why I said, what, did she try to lie to him? Like, what happened in this shit? Like, this really ain't making much sense, man.
However, going back to what the police learned about the entry and exit wounds of the bullets in the bodies, it's obvious this is definitely not a case of self-defense. Even though no one believed Antoine.
Right there, he look a little guilty. I ain't gonna lie to you. Antoine, you look guilty right here, my boy. Listen, man, jump in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think about this, man. Word up, man.
Excuse, he still gave no other reason as to why he did this. So we may never know his true motive behind murdering the 4 innocent victims. The jurors, after 6 hours of deliberation, decided that Antoine was found guilty on all 4 counts of second-degree intentional murder and was sentenced to 103 years in prison.
Damn! How old is he? He look like he already past 50. 100, you know what's crazy is his father looks younger than him. Ain't that some shit? That's kind of crazy right here. Look at this shit. He look like he the goddamn dad. Damn, boy, life done did him rough. It's gonna do him rougher now. Them 100 years in jail. But look, the question is, right? Yo, why do they give people 100 years, 150 years, 200 years? Is this something that we don't know? Do people live this long or something that we don't know? Because I never met nobody that lived 200. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this ain't things possible, but it gotta be a reason why they give these niggas 100 and 200 years. It gotta be a reason why they do that. Like, you might as well just say life. Get it?
His father, Darren Osborne, was charged with 1 count of aiding an offender. After pleading guilty, he was sentenced to 5 years in prison. These are the jury verdicts that show Antoine being found guilty on all 4 counts of murder. Judge Japal Harris, the judge who sentenced Antoine, told him this: each one of these individuals deserves that you serve time for each one of them. What do you believe could have possibly been Antoine's motive for killing these 4 innocent people? Let us know.
Yo, jump in the comments, man. What you think he did this for? You think this was robbery? You think they trying to rob him? Think Shorty really tried to line him up or whatever the case was? I don't know, man. But to me, this seemed like a situation of like some other shit. You know what I'm saying? One of them things that go down that you just really, really, really never know what really happened. You know what I'm saying? Be some normal hood shit, but we just never really know what happened and what caused this shit to go down like this. You know what I mean? Yo, jump in the comments, man. It's your boy, Buck Breeze. Mr. No Slacking himself. No slacking involved. It's bad for your health. Let's get it.